Dear Eve, I am pleased to send you this offer of employment. 3 weeks ago, I got offered a job to become an associate at my law firm.
Hello, before we start today's video, I do just want to talk about Skillshare, who are the sponsor of today's video. Skillshare are our absolutely favourite online learning community with literally thousands of classes that you can go and take right now online. Recently, I grew this baddie, I grew this baby. Look, she has a new leaf. I also propagated my own tiny vine plant, and I've been watching Plants at Home uplift your spirit and your space. Christopher Griffin, aka Plant Queen, is an icon. The classes are incredible and I really recommend it. Now, if you are interested in that plant series or any of the other thousands of Skillshare classes, the first 1,000 people to click the link in the top line of my description will get 1 month free trial of Skillshare Premium, so you can go and start exploring your creativity.
Oh my goodness. Hello. Why do I feel embarrassed? Hi guys, hi guys, like and subscribe, but I do it. Today is one of those videos where I give you quite a huge life update after spending months completely off the radar online.
Can you reach me? No.
Similar to when I made a video and I told everyone I was gay. It's specifically quite important because my career and law is the cornerstone of my online presence. In order for me to start this video, it's important I give you some news. Anyone with a corporate city job has this laptop. Private and confidential, well. Dear Eve, I am pleased to send you this offer of employment. 3 weeks ago, I got offered a job to become an associate at my law firm, and I haven't yet returned my contract of employment. I haven't yet returned the signed version. It's like an online signing. I have no one else's hair. I have no one else to share this with. So yeah, I'm gonna do this literally right now. Okay, well that's official. Literally official as of now. I can't believe it. I can't draw and look at you, so I'm just gonna draw, but this is what I look like. Let's draw a timeline. Undergraduate qualification, graduated 2018, legal practice course. Now, if you're someone that's currently going through this process, they have since changed the LPC to look like the SQE, which is a postgraduate qualification that you have to do when you're training to be a lawyer. And then in 2019, I started my training contract. So this here is my training contract. Now, as part of your training contract and to fulfill certain requirements by the regulatory authority to check whether you can be and qualify as a solicitor, you need to have quite a diverse amount of experience in your job. A lot of law firms will rotate you around different departments. I know a lot of commercial city-based law firms will do 6-month rotations. Once you've done those 2 years, then you hit here the point of qualification. Qualification is a process that is managed in England and Wales by the Solicitors Regulation Authority. So throughout your TC, you've got your eyes on 2 different things. You've got your eyes on qualification and the admissions process, but you've also got your eyes on trying to convert your training contract to an associate position. I hope that made sense. So that's the wide lens of the situation. That's the timeline of events of how you get from starting at university and getting all the way to qualifying as a solicitor. It's quite a lengthy process for admission to being a solicitor. It's a very formal process. It's because it's by a regulated body. If you have any questions about that admissions process, do comment them or message me because I'm working my way through that at the moment. Okay, so this is the part of the video where I want it to be a little bit more honest, transparent, chatty, a behind the scenes of my mindset, my approach of what I did to convert my training contract into an associate role. The reason why I think this conversation in itself is important is because getting a training contract doesn't mean that you're going to get a job at the end. And I think that's like the very harsh bottom line kind of like, that's like the statement that you need to make, and you need to kind of just like accept and then work from there. You have 4 sets throughout your training contract of 6-month blocks in which you've been assessed, reviewed, you might have been given a grade. And so when it comes to actually applying for an associate role, you're applying back to one of those 4 6-month experiences that you've had. You're more likely to be retained as an associate or offered a job as an associate in one of those groups if you perform highly in one of those groups. And then it finally got to around April, early May this year, HR and training development reached out to me and they said, hey, like talk us through kind of like, where's your head at? They were like, can we pull you for a chat, Love Island style? I was really worried about it being a very kind of like, yeah, like competitive, toxic process. Maybe it was helped by the fact that we were all kind of like working from home. So in terms of like me, because you're competing against your peers, and you've kind of heard that like some people are applying for certain roles and you kind of get word of mouth about how many jobs are going to be offered. But it was actually not as a stressful process as I think. I knew that I only wanted to go back to that first group that I'd had experience in. And so I literally just said, hey, I'm really keen to come back to this group. If you don't want to take me, that's fine, but I will go elsewhere. And I think that's like a really good bridge into a conversation that should be way more open, and like people can feel quite guilty about it. I really hoped that my law firm would take me back, but in the case they didn't, I was looking at other firms. I was considering interviewing at other firms. At the end, I actually didn't need to because I got told that I was going to be offered my associate position before I had to interview at any other law firms to get a job there. But I would really encourage you not to feel kind of embarrassed or kind of like told that that's not the right thing to do, because it's your career. If you know you want to be a legal associate in a certain field, or even if you want to change your career direction, go and do it. Go and look at other law firms. There's no shame in having kind of leverage on your side and thinking about how to put yourself in the strongest position possible. And so coming up to the end of my training contract, I was looking at other options in the legal market. And then we got set a date that we would get a call where we would get kind of like the final confirmation about whether we had a job or not. I remember like my phone was like this close to me all day because I was like waiting to be called. The lawyer that offered me the job, I know really well. We have a great professional relationship. And I was really hoping it would be them that would phone me because it would just be like way less scary. And I just thought, well, if the decision is good or bad, I don't mind hearing that from them because I trust them and I respect them. I actually didn't hear from them until slightly later in the day. And I had friends who were like, went for jobs in other departments and they'd heard earlier on in the day. And I was thinking, okay, I've like not got this job because, you know, it was like 3-4 p.m. and I hadn't heard anything. And I was like, okay, now is my time to reassess what I'm gonna do. And then I finally got the call, and they called and they said, hey, we'd really like you to come back and come and have an associate position and work with us. I've slightly avoided for the past 2 years kind of talking firsthand about my experience with my actual work, just because I think that's very personal. And as I said, because of the nature of your kind of like continuous performance assessment during your training contract, I didn't ever want to create content that would kind of like bleed into how I was being viewed professionally. Now I have been offered the job, so I feel slightly like more validated in that I must have been doing something right. And now I'm about to formally start the admissions process to becoming a qualified solicitor. And then I will kind of like start my role as an associate. And then who knows what the future will hold. I'm a very open-minded person. I don't know whether I'll be a lawyer forever. I'm really enjoying my tech secondment at the moment, and I really enjoy tech-based work, so maybe I'll go and do something techie at some point in the future. I think it's really important to keep reviewing your outlook, what you want from your life, what you want from your job, where you find your sense of purpose and fulfillment, and keep reassessing that and figuring out whether that's what your current job offers you. So yeah, that's my little life update. I feel quite, I feel very full circle about being on this channel now and being like, yeah, that's where I started. And like, Mom, I freaking made it.